Little Blessed Nest. My name is Stephanie. If you're new here, I have got a lot of things to do this morning because I'm going to be going to the pool with my sister and the kiddos and my mom. So I want to get the house tidied up and get some stuff taken care of before we head out. If you guys have been here for a while, then you know that I get sidetracked so easily, and one way that I kind of combat that is to make a to-do list and check things off as I go. That for some reason just makes me feel accomplished, and it motivates me to go ahead and do the next task. It's kind of satisfying to mark those things off. And also, do you guys do this? If I go off on like a side quest and get some things done that are not on my list, I'll write them down on the list just to check them off. Do y'all do that? I've heard some other YouTubers say they do it, and so, you know, the madness does not stop here. I used to write everything in a binder or a notebook, but lately I have been using MaxGear's Dry Erase Boards, and these things are awesome. Big thanks to MaxGear for sponsoring today's video. The set that they sent me comes with 2 dry erase boards, 2 markers, and 2 mini erasers. These boards are 9 by 12. They're lightweight, but they're still very sturdy, as you can see. So MaxGear's dry erase boards are double-sided and reusable, of course. They're a great size and can easily be thrown like in your tote bag or your backpack for on-the-go use. Like maybe you want to give it to your kid in the car and let them draw. It's got a high-quality writing surface on both sides, so you can write smoothly, but it also erases cleanly. Also, I was thinking that this would be great for my little niece and nephew that are going to be starting school this fall to write their numbers on and their ABCs. All right, so you got to follow the letters. See, Tracy. See how I'm doing it? Now you do that one. I was thinking my older nephews that are in like 3rd grade and 2nd grade, they can use it to practice their spelling words or their math problems. Lots of uses for these little boards. Also, I want to say that these markers are really great. They write very smoothly. They don't dry out easily like most dry erase markers do. These boards are so affordable. I'm going to leave the link down in the description box if you are interested in getting one for yourself. They do come in a 2-pack, as I said. And if you need a bigger board, they also sell those. So be sure to check those out as well. Again, big thanks to MaxGear for sponsoring today's video. And thank you guys so much for listening. Now let's get working on that to-do list. I'm going to get as much done as I can before we go to the water park, and whatever I don't get done, I can finish up tomorrow. So first thing we're going to do is empty out this suitcase. It's been like a week since we've been back, and the suitcase is still sitting there. I'm the worst about coming home from vacation and immediately putting away all of my things. I usually will leave it sitting in the corner for several days before I get to it. Rosie, if there's any sort of container, she's going to try to find her way into it. And every time I bring out a suitcase, she she crawls around in it. But anyway, most of these clothes I did wear on vacation, so I'm going to go ahead and throw them all in the washer. And then I'm probably going to go ahead and run the vacuum. I don't have carpet, but I still use my vacuum on my laminate flooring, and it works just fine. Cricket isn't shedding as bad as he was, but Remy sheds really, really bad. And so I have to try to stay on top of it, or it's just going to be everywhere. He and Rosie wrestle around and play all the time. She loves getting attention from Cricket. I thought I'd show you these little bar stool covers. I picked these up at the Goodwill. I think they were $2 if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, $1.99. And I have 2 bar stools. I've got one in my living room and one in my bathroom. And I thought these matched my bookshelves really well, so I thought it would look good. I did put it on the one in my bathroom, but I ended up not using it in the living room one because I kind of use it as a little side table and set things on it. And I was like, that's really not going to work anymore if I put this cover over it. It's just, you know, it's just going to make it difficult. So I ended up not using the other one. I did get a new couch probably a month or so ago. I got it with at a Memorial Day sale at Ashley Furniture, and I had always been wanting one that had the chase lounge on one side, so that's why I went with this one. It was a smaller sofa, so I figured it would fit in my space well, and I think that it does. I'm just still getting used to it because I did love the leather love seat that I have in here, and I felt like it went really well, but the cats had scratched it up quite a bit. It wasn't in great shape, and also it just wasn't serving me anymore because it what didn't provide enough seating when people come over. My friend Sandra comes over quite a bit, and then, you know, my family stops in, and I just wanted a comfortable place for us all to sit and for it to be more cozy. And while I loved the little love seat and it was beautiful, it just wasn't comfortable enough. One thing I have been working on is decluttering my home. I just started on this, and as you can see, I worked on the kitchen island this week. It was just overrun with dishes, and you open the cabinet and stuff falls out and it's all stacked up and hard to get things out, and I just really needed to part with the things that had been like stuck in the back here that I don't ever use. And also, I don't even use a lot of dishes because it's just me here. So I don't really need to keep that many out here easily accessible. I stored all of my, you know, my pretty dishes. My sets are stored in my hutch and then on my my china cabinet as well. So I don't really need them all under here. These are my everyday dishes that I use and I eat off of all the time. So that's what I want this to be. I also want to store like my big mixing bowls and my Dutch oven and things like that on the bottom shelf. So this worked out so great. I think next I'm going to work on decluttering my built-ins and make them serve the purpose that I built them for. Right now, there's a lot of stuff that's just shoved in there, no rhyme or reason, and I want to dedicate each cabinet to specific things. Like I want one to be tools and one to be craft stuff. You know what I mean? So everything will be separated and organized. It wasn't long before it was time to head to the water park to meet Chelsea and the kiddos. My mom rode with me, and this is Russell Sims Aquatic Center in Bowling Green, Kentucky. It costs $10 for adults and $8 for children, I believe. You can double check that, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. As you can see, they have 2 water slides and then all these little water spouts for the little kids to play in. This area right here is not that deep. It does get deeper as you go out. And then, of course, they do have like a huge pool that is more for swimming and not just for the little kids. It's got a diving board and all of that. Carson loved the diving board. He was doing flips off of it. That kid, he knows no fear. This pool was not heated, I don't think, and the water was so cold when you first get in it, and my mom hates cold water. She stood around in it forever before we finally convinced her just to go on and get down in it so she could get used to it, and finally she did. having a fun day at the water park?
At the pool.
At the pool? She said. Being out in the sun and in the pool makes you so tired and so hungry, and these kids were starving. They had a decent deal at the snack shack. For $5 or $6, you could get pizza or chips and a hot dog and a drink, and they ate that up. And then by the time we were ready to go, Sophie was out. She was so tired. I came home to find Rosie asleep in this box. I had put this little throw blanket in there for her because she just, for some reason, loves sleeping in a box. So I've left this one out for her to enjoy. We sat on the couch for a while and just looked out the window. This is Timmy's tree. It is growing. It didn't bloom this year, though, which I'm not understanding why, because last year it did bloom. Remy loves the new couch. He loves laying on the back of it and looking out the window. And if I'm sitting here on the couch, he'll crawl up on the back like this and get some loving. But anyway, this is the next day, and I am actually headed over to the little Amish market in Fairview, Kentucky that I take you guys to all the time. I wanted to go there and get some watermelon and cantaloupe. They always have really good produce, so we're gonna stop by there. Here's a little overview of the outside of the place. I think it looks so pretty. I love all the flowers, and it's just a nice place to visit if you're ever in the area. So we're gonna pick out a watermelon. I like to get the round ones, this round seedless ones. They always seem to be sweet, and these were $6.75, so I did pick up one of these, and then we're going to go and grab a couple of cantaloupe, and I might check out the rest of their produce and see if they have any things that I want to go ahead and pick up. I would much rather get fresh stuff from the garden than order it from Walmart, so let's check it out and see what they have. And they did not disappoint. They had plenty of produce out. The cantaloupes were 2 for $4, which I felt was a great deal. I also picked up some of these oranges. I don't know if I've ever had pink oranges before, but I will tell you that they were very good and sweet. And these were only $2.99. So as you can tell, these are better prices than I pay at the grocery store. I picked up a green pepper. I also wanted an onion, a red onion to add to my salads. I love red onion in a salad. It's so good. They had corn, tomatoes. I did pick me up a big tomato. There's nothing better than a fresh garden tomato. I said I was done with planting flowers this year, but I had to take a little stroll around the flower area and see what they had. They did have a lot of stuff on sale. They also had a lot of stuff that looked like it was struggling with the heat. The heat has been horrible here. I know it's worse in some places. You guys have been telling me it's like 100 degrees where you are. We're in the 90s here, and the humidity is just what's the worst of it. But we're hanging in. We're going to make it through because it won't be long. We'll be complaining about it being too cold. So I'm trying to just enjoy what I can of summer. All right. Now that I'm good and sweaty, let's go home and put this stuff away. I'm going to do a little haul with you guys. You saw pretty much everything that I got, but I did get a few other things that I didn't show you. So I'm going to unpack all of this and we'll get started. So I did pick up the pink oranges for $2.99. Let's just stick these over here in my fruit bowl, and then we'll get the rest of this stuff put away. I got the green pepper, a tomato, and a red onion. I also picked up this string cheese. These are really good. And also this strawberry butter. If you've never had strawberry butter and you happen to run across some fresh made strawberry butter, definitely get it. Trust me, you're not going to be disappointed. I also picked up this whipped honey with lemon and a little honey drizzler because I don't have one of these. It was $1.79, and I'm giving a little taste test to the honey. I've never had any like this before. It looks really creamy, and it just tastes so fresh with that little hint of lemon in it. The only ingredients are pure honeybee honey and natural lemon oil. This is so good. I'm going to get my produce chopped up and stored in the fridge so it'll be easy for me to add to whatever I'm making that day. I love this little chopper. I had been seeing people using them and kept meaning to get one and never did, and I don't know why, because this thing makes life so much easier, and it's kind of satisfying when you put that on there and you kind of have to like slam down the lid to get all these little pieces. So yeah, highly recommend the food chopper if you don't have one. I'm switching out the blades for a smaller square so I can dice these onions. I don't want them to be as big of chunks as the green peppers were, so it did come with several different attachments for chopping. I've only used these so far, but I'm sure the other ones are great as well. But you literally just set it on there and just slam the lid and it chops up into these little tiny pieces. It's so much easier, and it doesn't take as long to clean as I kind of thought it would. One reason why I didn't order it is because I really didn't want to fool with cleaning it. But it's actually not bad at all. I find that when I have produce and fruit already chopped up and prepared and easy to grab, I am more likely to incorporate that into my meals. So doing this is really helping. I have really been eating a lot of salads and things like that lately, and a lot of melon. I love watermelon and cantaloupe. I'm going to go ahead and chop these up and have them ready to just grab whenever I want them. I recently started cutting my cantaloupes this way. I know it's not everybody's preference, and if I do cut off a little too much when I'm doing it like this, I can go back and cut it off of the rind. But this way is super easy. I'm just going to scoop out the insides, and then we'll chop it up and store it in one of these clear containers that I picked up at Hobby Lobby. I showed you guys that in a haul. They were on not clearance, but like, you know how they'll have the spring shop stuff on sale, 50% off. So I picked them up then. They were only $5. So sweet and juicy. Oh my gosh, I love cantaloupe. Alright guys, it is the next day. I had a few questions about some products that I use and about how I do my hair when I put it up in a bun. So I'm going to go ahead and share that with you here, and then we'll get ready to jump into this day. Look at all this hair. It has definitely gotten thicker, and I've been using this Beach Babe Dry Shampoo. I had a subscriber in the video I just posted on Sunday asked me about how I do my like kind of a messy bun. My hair isn't that long. You can definitely, if you have longer hair, make it look better than this, but this is what I do. I just pull it all up, use a brush, and make sure it's all smooth under here and on top if you need to. And then I'm just gonna pull it into like a ponytail. And then I'm going to take this, wrap it around again, and just pull like a little knob right there. And then I take what's left over in the back and I pull it around to the front and crisscross it like this. And then I just tuck it into the band that's in my hair. And I always have little sprigs that come out, and I just wrap those and just tuck them in wherever. So then I take this little knobby thing that I have up here, and I just kind of fan it out and twist it until I get it looking the way that I want. And then if it's sticking out too much somewhere, then I'll just stick bobby pins in there to hold it in place. I usually have to put one in the back to hold it up underneath. I just like swoop it up and then stick a bobby pin in there to hold it. And then I also like to put a little hairspray in there. This is the Better Not Younger Wake Up Call High Hold Thickening Hairspray. I really like this. I've been using this forever. I don't use a lot of hairspray, so this has lasted me, I don't even know how long I've had this, but it's been a long time. And I really like it. So we're just going to spray a little bit on, and then I kind of smooth it up. And then I like a little bit more, like I don't want it to be flat to my head right here. So I usually will kind of bump it up a little bit and spray it again. And I like to have like a little bit of hair coming out. So I'll really gently pull out a few sprigs around my face, so it looks a little softer and not quite so harsh, if that makes any sense. So I do have some pieces that are a little bit like loose that look like they might fall out. And I'm going to be doing some chores today around the house, so I definitely want it to be secure. So we are going to tuck in some bobby pins. Just where you can't see them, just kind of tuck it in. Just get the stray hairs and just kind of tuck it in. There we go. It's not the best messy bun that ever existed, but it'll do. I mean, it's not anything fancy, and it's definitely, like I said, not the best you'll ever find on YouTube, but that's how I do it. I've been using this new toothpaste. I think I ordered it off Amazon, but it's supposed to be really good for your teeth. It doesn't have fluoride in it, and I do like it. I think it's working really well for me. Continue using it. And then we're going to get ready. I'm going to put on some of this Johnson's moisturizer. I use this stuff quite a bit. I really like it. And then I'm just going to roll my little roller thing on my face. I don't remember what this thing is called. I never can, but I got it on Amazon. And I'm going to go in with my Bare Minerals powder. This is the Golden Nude. Somebody was asking me in the last video what kind of powder I was using, and this is it. It's really easy to use. This is my favorite. I don't know if you call it foundation, but that's what it is in powder form, mineral form, and it works really good. I don't like wearing a liquid foundation in the summer. I just feel like it melts right off, and the powder seems to do better. I'm starting to get some lines in my face, and it doesn't really settle into it. Also, my brows, I had somebody ask about that. I use a Milani. Typically what I use is the Milani felt tip eyebrow pencil, and I use the color taupe. I feel like that matches my eyebrows the closest. I don't like the really dark eyebrow look. Some people do that with blonde hair. They'll have really, really dark eyebrows, which is fine. It's just not my preference, and I feel like the taupe color is kind of a lighter brown, and it works really well for me, and it's really easy to use. I just wanted to show you guys this really quick, because I had somebody ask about how I shape my eyebrows, and I use these shapers. I got these off of Amazon. They work really, really well, and I just kind of outline how I want my eyebrows to be. You want to do this really lightly, like take it really slow, because you can't put them back if you shave them off. And then I use some NYX setting spray, and this is the Thrive Cosmetics mascara. This one is currently my favorite to use, so that's what I'm doing today. And yeah, this is all we're doing in the summertime. I don't like to wear a ton of makeup, so I just do the basics.
Sky's beautiful and so are you. I wanna make it up to you, start something new. Yeah, I've been thinking of the parts I played for you. Now I'm drinking from the bottle as I do. It's like a long dream. You're on the wrong team. Oh, there's a light and there's a fire coming out of me. Every time I see wants to destroy, and one is a boy fighting hard to be the better part of me. trying to sugarcoat and reconcile, so I can do a dance and make us both forget, only to start it up and play it out again. It's like a long dream. You're on the wrong team. Oh, there's a light and there's a fire coming out of me. Every time I see one's a destroy, and one is a warrior, fighting hard to be the better part of me, 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 the better part of me. Oh, there's a light and there's a fire coming out of me. Every time I see one's a destroyer, and one is a warrior, fighting hard to be the better part of me, the better part of me, the better part of me, yeah, the better part of me.
Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.